I knew Laura before Laura knew me.
I met Mike the first time. He would come in with his friend Kris and
we would go to where Laura worked.
I was in grad school, bartending at a lovely dive bar in Buckhead, Georgia.
All she knew was that my last name sounded like it came from the Lion King, and she would call me Rafiki.
And come to the bar and order a Bud Light Coors Light.
And she knew I drank Coors Light.
He was the Coors Light, his friend was the Bud Light. And they'd come
and we'd see her, say hey to her.
I've waited 100 years, but I'd wait 1,000,000 more for you.
They came out earlier than the crowds, and they'd just sit in front of my section and chat with me. And they came in every other time. I would always recognize them by Bud Light Coors Light. And he would try to get my number.
I asked her for her number, maybe.
And I would never give it to him, because I said...
And she wouldn't give her number out in a bar?
And he kept trying. We seriously ran into each other in Athens. We ran into each other at other bars all over the place.
I was lucky enough to see her not in a bar. We were actually in Target.
Walking down the aisle, and lo and behold, who would I see but Mike?
And I see her, and I was stopped in my tracks.
Nothing prepared me for what the privilege of being yours would do.
And I'm on the phone with my mom.
He's on the phone with his mom, and he goes, hey mom, gotta go, and hangs up.
Without listening to my mom. Laura walks towards me in a kind of shocked, frightened, oh my God, I'm seeing you outside the bar.
And then I'm just sat there like, all right, hey, what do we say?
And at that point, I could have either tried to ask her for a number now that we weren't in a bar or not.
Or he was like, now that we're not in a bar, can I have your phone number? I really couldn't get out of giving him my number at that point.
And I asked Laura and she said yes.
I've waited 100 years, but I'd wait 1,000,000 more for you.
So he texted me, I think he asked me out after that. I just ignored his text. I don't think I responded.
And even after that, it took me a couple tries to ask her to finally get her to go out with me.
Days later, he texts me and says, all right, this is the last time I'm going to text you, but do you want to go out for dinner and drinks? I was completely planning on bailing. I was just said, okay, sure. Planning the day before that I would just be like, oh, sorry, I'm busy, I can't, I've got work. Some reason I went, and it was like the best date. Seriously, we were together ever since.
That's the story. That's the true story.
Nothing prepared me for what the privilege of being yours would do. If I had only felt the warmth within your touch, if I had only seen how you smile when you blush, or how you curl your lip when you concentrate enough, well, I would have known what I've been living for all along. What I've been living for. Is my turning page, or only the sweetest words remain? Every kiss is a cursive line, every touch is a redefining phrase.
I promise to remember this moment right now and how it feels. And how it feels so right.
You are my partner in everything I do, and I'm yours. I'm independent, but I choose to be with you because you're better together. I can't think of a single thing that you and I don't do better together than apart.
And the reason it feels so right is because there's just no one that gets me like you do. You are my only. You are my only.
Every single day, you make me smile, you make me laugh, you just make me a really happy person. I vow to keep you as my best friend.
I vow to keep you as my best friend, to love you,
To hold you.
to honor you,
I will respect you,
encourage you, and cherish you for all the days of my life. I love you.
For all the days of my life. Good.
Oh, now I'll do that. I'll skip that part.
Oh, good. Oh.
And by the powers invested in me by the state of Georgia, I now pronounce them husband and wife.
Yours my turning page. Only the sweetest words remain.
And I have the pleasure of presenting to you Mr. and Mrs. Michael Rafi.